What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing my Season 1 review on The Mandalorian on Disney+. Just going to cover some of the main plot points, things that I liked, things that I disliked. And then at the end, I'm going to give an overall rating on the entire season. And what I'm normally going to be doing is I'm going to have a thing called the dead meter, which I'm going to explain in another video. Basically, the higher you are on the dead meter, the better for the review. So let's get right into it. So obviously we gotta start it off with Baby Yoda. This is the cutest creature in TV show or movie history. Like, you can't look at him and be like, wow, I hate that thing. Like, you have to love this thing. And when we first see him in the end of episode 1, and he just reaches out to touch Din Djarin's hand, who's the Mandalorian, if you didn't know that by now. But seeing him kind of develop throughout this first season, we see some of his force powers. Like, he can use a force choke, which is a Sith force maneuver. So Sith choke, he can heal, he can move giant objects when he moved the entire Mudhorn. Like, this thing is powerful. I don't think people really understand what it's capable of. And there's a theory out there that all of Yoda's species could be force sensitive because of everyone we've seen so far. And then there's a couple more in Legends who are also force sensitive, even though that's not canon. But still, just seeing the stuff Baby Yoda can do kind of brings the fact to mind, like, wow, I wonder, what is this thing going to be able to do in Season 2, Season 3? What's that going to lead up to? But I'm really liking Baby Yoda so far, and I can't wait to see Season 2 with him. So overall, I think Din Djarin is just a great developed character. Starting off at the beginning of the series, he's like, completely anti-droid, obviously because his family was killed by droids during the Clone Wars time period. And I think it's really cool that we get to see him kind of bond with the IG-11 droid, and then at the end of the season in episode 8, he's like obviously kind of sad that IG-11's gonna have to sacrifice himself to save Cara Dune and everybody else in the group. But he, even though he's a foundling, he's not a real Mandalorian. It's kind of cool that he shows so much dedication to the Mandalorian way, like how he says, this is the way, and he doesn't take off his helmet ever in front of everything living. But he's just a great character overall. The actor is great, and I think that it's going to lead on to way better things in Season 2 and 3. Him and Baby Yoda, that duo, is going to be practically not unstoppable, but it's going to be pretty cool to see. I also wanted to talk about Cara Dune. This character is honestly one of my favorite characters on TV right now. She's totally BA, like, she beats the crap out of that dude in the little bar. I think that Gina Carano is just a great actress. She was also in the UFC a while back, and I'm like a huge UFC junkie as well, so seeing a UFC fighter where like nobody knew who she was go to this it's kind of cool to see. Like, and she's also like a great fighter too, so seeing that was pretty cool. So I don't really have any complaints with the overall storyline. I think the direction they're going is great. I like the whole after the fall of the Empire type thing. And the only really, not necessarily complaints I have, but the only thing I feel that held this series back from being 100% on the dead meter was the fact that episodes 4 and 5 were kind of slow. Not necessarily boring, but I feel like they didn't really contribute to the overall story that much unless there's going to be some big reveal in Season 2. But whenever Mando was out in the desert and they were going to capture that chick, like, they didn't do anything with that the rest of the season. It was just kind of like a filler episode, I felt like. But a lot of people were thinking at the end of that episode, when those boots walked up to the dead chick, they were like, oh my gosh, that's Boba Fett's spurs. Like, this is going to be Boba Fett. I would love to see that. But until then, these episodes are really the only thing holding this season back from being 100%. if there's one character I think everybody really liked besides Baby Yoda, it's got to be Queel. This dude, he's an ex-Empire, but ex-Imperial, I mean, but he helps out Din Djarin for whatever he needs when he doesn't even have to. He's living a perfectly fine, simple life out on his own and with nobody bothering him. And the way he reprograms IG-11, I think if that didn't happen, they would have all died. But seeing Quill die at the end of episode 7 was pretty heartbreaking. I think even though that short amount of time, I think everybody kind of got a good connection with that character, and I kind of wish we could have seen a little more, maybe even him going into season 2, but hey, that it is what it is. So one thing I thought was incredible about the end of the season was Moff Gideon. He's portrayed perfectly. It's really just a great setup. And then seeing him at the end of episode 8 just cut his way out of his TIE fighter with the Darksaber, that was the best thing I saw in the entire series. If you've seen Star Wars Rebels on Disney, if you've seen the Clone Wars series, you know about the Darksaber and you know like what's going on with it. So I'm thinking maybe he was part of the Siege of Mandalore and he had taken it off whoever had it. But the Darksaber is something super important. I think it's a great addition to the show. Just seeing it cut through, like it looks great on TV, just like perfect. I don't know, you can't do it any better than they did it. So guys, overall I'm going to have to give season 1 of The Mandalorian a 90% out of 100, simply because of the fact that episodes 4 and 5 didn't really satisfy me that much, but albeit it was a great way to lead off the show, the first season I believe is going to set up the rest of the series perfectly. Remember guys, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, Darth Grimes, for more. I'm going to be putting out content almost daily. I'm going to try and put it out as much as possible. So please like and sub, guys. Thanks.